Recently, we've had coups in West Africa. Then the recent one happened in just our neighbor here, DRC, where they survived. Almost. Almost. You know, what's wrong with Africa? What's wrong with Africans?
It's not what's wrong with Africans. Because when you take that angle of what's wrong with Africans, then you blind sight yourself to the interests of other parties. So there are many factors that affect Africa. Very first factor could be civil, in terms of misunderstanding within the community, the disparity between the youth and the young people and old people as to how a country must be run. And secondly, it's opposition party politics.
Opposition party politics.
Yes, where those that are in the country are not interested in building the nation, they're interested in opposing the present government.
Just opposing.
And they forget that when they become the ruling party, they will also have opposing parties to the opposing parties. So the politics just becomes opposition party politics.
It's what we call democracy.
It's not democracy.
It's what we call it.
The most successful countries in the world are not even democratic. But that's a conversation for another day.
Okay.
Party politics becomes an exciting thing, because now under democracy, anyone can raise money, start a party, and you're going to oppose everybody. But before you oppose the government, you must go home and start an opposition party in your father's house. Then you will know that you understand the dynamics of opposition politics. Number three, then you have multinational companies that have interests in the activities that are happening in that country. And when they don't get their contracts right, when they don't get their deals right, instead of fixing whatever problem that they have, they would rather remove the person who refused to give them the deal and then sponsor someone else who will go there. And then the person can afford them and give them back. So when you look at
it's a promise.
When you look at the person that is going into power, you always want to know who is sponsoring him, because the person who is sponsoring him has an interest. That's what we call the interest of the multinational. And ultimately, it is actually the colonialists who don't want to let go their hands off the benefits that they were getting for free. You look at Niger, where they were buying uranium for peanuts.
Yes.
No, I can't remember. They were saying it's $200 or something like that, and they were selling it almost like thousands of dollars later.
Yeah.
And then when you stop France from accessing that which they were getting for free, it's almost like we're dogs. These European dogs, I call them, that have been eating in Africa for free, eating our chickens for free, eating our cattle for free, taking our minerals for free. And then you get up in the morning and say, now you need to pay for what you've been eating for free. But if we really press you, even what you ate
thousands of years ago,
you must pay it back, because you're stealing anyhow. But anyway, that's a story for reparation for another day. But when you tell a dog that has been eating eggs for free, that it must start paying for the eggs it has been eating, surely you're going to start a war. So when you look at a coup in Africa, you need to consider the local politics, national politics, consider the party politics, consider the multinational relationships and business deals that are in the pipeline. Ultimately, you need to consider also the interest of the colonial states that still want to have access to those resources.